Welcome to Hands-On High Tech. I'm going to show you another little project I'm working on this morning. Okay, so you can see here, the closet. Used to have a hot water heater in, went right here. And the wall used to end, as you see here. I took it out. What's cool is, look at all the extra space. I think they stopped because that's the return vent on my AC. But I'm going to put some drywall around that. Still make us a nice closet that goes back in. It's all for kitchen, so I'll be able to store some things here. Put some shelves on this side. But one of the challenges is, one, these are the hot water pipes where we got to repair that. One of the challenges is there's no light in here. So we're gonna put some lights. I found this really cool light at Lowe's. It's a LED light, and you direct connect it, right? And we're gonna put it here on the wall, like this. Because the thought was, if we put it here and we're coming in the door, it'll be like the sun and we'll be blinded, okay? So we're gonna put it here on the wall, and I am going to get a second one and put it down there somewhere too. So anyway, take you along for the ride as we're doing this. And I'm gonna cut in this wall here, right in here, because I gotta do drywall work anyway. And I'm gonna cut in that wall so I can do the electrical. And this is some old work on this side. So I'll show you what I did. The thermostat right here used to be underneath that mirror. So I moved it over here a while ago. And all I did is extended the wire. There wasn't enough wire. So I had a little section of wire on. We're gonna solder these connections and bury that in the wall now. So anyway, more to come. Still got to repair some holes down here. That was where the electrical came up for the hot water heater. That was where the overflow. And the reason we moved it out of here, you can kind of see some water damage. The hot water heater started leaking onto the hardwood floor, and really all this has to be refinished. So here we go. We're gonna put it up and work to repair this. All right, so we had, I showed you earlier where I had extended the thermostat on the wall from behind the mirror to over here. Well, I had just kind of wire tied these things together. I'm going back now because I'm actually bury this in the wall. And I'm gonna solder this, each one of these wires, just kind of put some solder on each one. And then what happens, it makes it more permanent when it's in the wall. So I'm gonna solder and I'm push back here, wrap a piece of tape around it, do the next one and the next one. So you're gonna kind of, you'll see that as I go. So I gotta find a place to put my soldering iron temporarily while I get my next one. So let's do yellow next, I think it was situated. We'll pin that one back for now. And then when I get this one done, what we'll do is I'll use some electrical tape. And a little trick I learned, I'll show you a little trick on this too, just before you solder it. Get yourself a little wire tie like this. Push them together. Make sure that, you try to make the ends even. Push it together, take the wire tie, wrap it around. What this does, at least it doesn't feel like it is this time, but which would be when I don't record it, right? There it is. See how it wrapped them really together nicely? And then it's held there really nicely. So what I'll do is I'll solder this one. Like that. Make sure you get it on both sides. What you're trying to do is make a permanent connection here, because what you don't want is your thermostat not working. Actually, even worse, if you do these wrong, it'll blow a fuse downstairs. Here we go. And that's it. Just put them back, wrap them, and do the next one and the next one. All right, so I have the two down here under. I just wanted to show you what I do. I kind of take these two, the next one in line, and I fold it back across. And I already have my tape setting here, so I can just take my sticky side of my tape and wrap around. Make sure you cover up the connection, right? Wrap around like that. And I leave my tape hang here and I go and do the next one. So. Okay, that's the last cord. Make sure you get it all good. It's got to cool down a little bit. And then we'll tuck it back and we'll finish wrapping this out. And then we'll stick that down in the wall and we'll test everything out. Maybe we'll test everything out and then stick it in the wall. That sounds like a smarter idea. All right, I'm gonna turn this off, let this cool. Okay, thank you, assistant. Yep, it's cool. All right, and then you just wrap that last one. Make sure it's wrapped across there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to turn it on. We're going to test the thermostat and see how things work. Okay, back in the closet today. I installed, these are for the can lights. So I put a wire in there and then I ran it directly to this box, and I put a wire here and ran it directly to the box. And then I pulled a wire from an outlet. I don't know if you can see it down in there, straight down there. There is an outlet on the other wall over here. And just to kind of show you how that looks, there it is. So I'm gonna get power from that, right? I'm gonna pull it into here. And actually, this is a closet, I'm gonna put a motion sensor so that it acts both lights. So one can light's gonna go probably right here, and one's gonna go down in here so it can see back into this closet. All right. All right, so got some of the drywall back up. Got that piece up last night before I stopped. You can see all this back in. Basically from that spot right there, back is an added space for our closet. And I built this little structure around this is the intake vent for our AC, which is just below in the crawl space. And next I'm gonna drill a hole here and put that light in, and then we're gonna put that piece up and I'll unplug that light, so at least I'll have some light in the closet when I do this. Okay, holes drilled for the lights. They actually just pop right in there. And if you look, I got all the drywall basically done. I got a little bit down here at the bottom, and that hole I'm gonna work on. The way I'm gonna do that hole is I'm gonna put a piece of wood in here. This is the old hole for the hot water heater pipes. So I'm gonna put a piece of wood in there. I'm gonna try to screw it in here and here, and then be able to put a piece in there and drywall it so it's all good. Anyway, that's it. We're getting on pretty good. Okay, got some of the tape down, ready to start spackling, mudding, what do you want to call it. But gonna put the corners on these pieces first. Okay, here's the first layer of mud on the wall. All right, you guys saw this in progress. I just thought I'd show you the end result. Painted, the flooring was finished, which caused some of this to start because this is where the hot water heater used to be. It used to sit right here, and that wasn't even part of the whole closet. So now I'll show you as we put shelves in here, so stay tuned. And that's it. Okay, here's the closet. So we're getting ready to put some, hey, you see that? My motion sensor light worked. Anyway, by the way, that's a really cool thing for a closet. I'm putting shelves in. We got some freeze-dried Mylar bags we're putting on these shelves. I got the second one in. It's pretty simple. You just kind of measure up. I measure up from the floor to get a even spacing. And then you put in the brackets. I got a shelf cut for here. I bought these boards. They're 8-foot boards roughly from Lowe's, pre-done. I did have to, and I can show you how I do it later, put an edge on this side. See, once you cut the board, you can actually take an iron and iron on that piece of edging. Anyway, I'm gonna put this other shelf in here and I'll show you what it looks like. I think we're gonna get I think at least 3, maybe 4 shelves. I'm not sure. I am gonna put one smaller shelf over here, and then we're gonna hang these mops kind of right in here. I'll show you the end product as well. And back there, we're thinking about putting a basket where we can actually put some appliances we don't use a lot, maybe like a mixer or things like that we don't use a ton, but we still want to have access to. All right, so we got first one you saw a while ago, second, third. I put one more in down here. I'm hoping my board is long enough. I actually ended up cutting, the ceiling obviously isn't perfect, but this angle on this one, it's gonna go up against there, so I didn't have to put any edging on that one. But as you can see, we got 3 nice shelves. I have 4. I think I'm always gonna put some baskets under there, hold things at the bottom. And just to show you how good measuring off the floor does, it's pretty good, I would say. Anyway, keep going along. One more shelf I think I'm gonna do here, and then that little one over on this side. All right, real quick update, pretty easy. Got this little one in, took a little bit of a special tool and a table saw, trim it down a little bit. You can see plenty of room to get in. I think one more shelf down there and we'll be done. Okay, here it is done. I got one more shelf in there, as I was saying. And then I got this little one on this side. And that's pretty much it.